hear no music.
Y'all didn't hear that?
Nope, didn't hear the music.
Hear what?
Oh, I did.
Exactly. Exactly.
I
It was
heard
on
it. It's all
music.
good. Anyway, welcome
I
to
heard
our.
it.
Oh,
I
you heard it?
didn't.
Well, welcome to our season premiere of the Still Dope podcast. Hey, my
Surprise,
babies, I missed you.
surprise.
Surprise,
Surprise, surprise.
surprise. Um,
Hello. Hello, Chris. Dubs.
Hello, Shahida.
Tanya
Hello,
T. How are
Tanya
hey,
you?
T.
baby. Listen, you listen. All right, couple of things. Happy belated birthday, C Dubs. We
Thank
love
you.
you. And tell the
Old ass.
Still Dope crew where you at. You're in your 52nd country. You have been on a
I'm in,
tour.
I'm in
Before you
San
start, wait, before you start. If y'all ain't following Chris on Instagram, y'all need to, or TikTok, but mainly Instagram. Because he's been in Italy for what, the past 9 years and
2 months.
2 months. And he's on his 52nd country. So give us a little spiel.
I was in Sardinia for 5.5 weeks, 6 weeks. Then I was touring. I was in Rome, and then I was in Puglia, where I went to Bari, Polignano al Mare, Alberto Bello, Matera, and and this other small town. And then I took a train up to Rimini, and I'm in Bari, and then I'm Rimini for a night, and now I'm in San Marino, and tomorrow I go to Bologna, and then I go to Rome, and then I come home. I've been
That's
eating
a lot.
so well. It's truffle season up here, so everything is. They have all these truffle specials. Anywho,
Listen, his post, you got to go follow him. Well, if you're not
I haven't
following him
posted
now,
anything really
you're gonna
yet.
lose. You're gonna lose the stories because his Instagram stories with the food posts are frigging sick. But here we are. Oh, but here we
It's a
are, number one.
see, exactly, exactly. But
Um,
here,
so we're back. We've got a lot of things that we're gonna bring to the table this season. But of course, we could not start our first episode without talking about, we got to bring it back. Married at First Sight. We are in Denver, y'all. And I think this is going to be a good season.
I'm actually really excited for the season. I really, honestly think that there's a good chance a lot of them are right for each other. We'll
So,
see.
okay.
Really?
I really think so.
Okay.
I
I
really
don't
think
know.
so.
I see. Here's what happens when they show those coming up on the season of Married at First Sight, and then you start
I
seeing
didn't
the
watch those
three.
though. Maybe I
I
should.
always watch. I watch them. I try not to, but it just shows up, and I'm like, here I am. All right. So we've got 4 couples. We started off with 5. We have 4 couples. We have Cameron and Claire, Lauren and Orion, Austin and Rebecca, Emily and Brennan, and then we had Michael. Poor Michael got left at the altar on wedding day. And yeah. So I guess you want to start with Michael and question mark?
I
Yeah.
couldn't tell if he was good looking or not. Would you consider him good looking? He was
He's
very
not. He's not
quirky.
bad. He has bad skin. He has
Yes.
like it looks like it's burnt or whatever. But I could see him being cuter as you get to know him. Because I
Okay,
don't
he
think
was
he's
kind
like,
of
oh,
quirky.
like that. But he definitely has like, some things that might turn you off. But he seemed like such a nice guy.
Yeah,
Um, I
very
could see him
sensitive.
being more attractive as
Yeah,
you go on.
he needs the right woman though. He needs the right woman. He needs the right woman because he's a very particular
The only thing
person.
I was disappointed in is that them not showing her face. I'm
I
like, you
know
signed up, you
she
went
should be
through all of
humiliated.
this, and for you to go to the altar, and I thought she was very respectful. I feel that she was probably pushed into going up to speak with him,
Right.
and the letter that she wrote was very nice. And even then, she was shocked that he was as polite as he was. But they should have showed her face. I mean, you signed up. I get you backing out, but we need to see who you are. And they didn't show her family or anything.
No, they sure didn't. But the internet is on fleek. And
Okay.
I got the picture and I ain't showing it. I'm gonna show it
Why?
when I ain't gonna show it right now. I'll show it when I post when we put it on the internet.
You have a picture of the girl? Well, they showed
Mhm.
her. They
I'll text
showed
you guys.
glimpses of her in the bachelorette party and something else. They showed
So there
Oh
glimpses
was
yeah,
clips
of
of her in
I'll
that
send it.
bachelor party.
Yeah, I'll send
like
it
in
to
the
you guys.
background.
Yeah, I'll send it to you guys in our group chat because at the end of the day, is it her? Maybe, but it might not be her. So
Mhm.
we have to see. I just want to be careful. So I'm just going
I
to send it to you in the group chat. But at this point, somebody already put it online and I haven't seen any repercussions yet. So it's leading me to believe that it is her, but Lifetime is obviously they're like, we ain't got no dog in this fight. This bitch, we shadowed or we sheltered her and didn't put her business out there. And so if somebody else does it, that's not on us. You understand what I'm saying? So
I
they're not
feel like
liable.
the reason that they didn't is that she's going to come back. Something, because there's no reason for them not to show her face. No, not that she doesn't come back, but they're going to set it up some type of way where she comes back into the fold, even if it's just for an episode, because there's no reason not to show her face.
Yeah.
She
I
yeah,
don't
signed
think
up
there's
she
for
there's
it.
there's something nefarious about the whole thing.
Hmm.
yeah, I
There's
think it's
something
it's
where
gonna come out. I think it will come out as the season progresses, only because they're gonna make right by Michael
Hmm.
after the whole Paige and Chris Williams
I don't
episode.
see the
Yeah.
connection. I don't
I
see
I
don't
the
either.
I think
connection.
I have a feeling that they're going to give him a do-over. They're gonna at least offer him a do-over.
Yeah, I
We
saw that in the
you
preview.
gotta look at Chris Williams and Paige. Then you gotta look at the Boston. I forgot their Chris. I think his name was Chris too. And the girl that was like, I'm a good person, but I'm a good person. So I think that because this was the first time ever that someone was left at the altar and they didn't even go through the wedding. They were just he was just left. I think they're going to they're going to at least offer him a do-over. And if he's
I don't
smart,
think
he'll be like, I'm good. No, I'm going to go back home, live my life. And I did this. I went through this process. You ain't going to set me up a second time. I ain't falling for the okey doke. That's just
Well, he has no connect. He was connected to the fact that he was getting married, not to the
Mhm.
person. So if they put someone else there, he would still be excited about getting married and have this much hesitation because she might say no again.
I
But
agree.
he's still gonna be excited about being married.
yeah,
Yeah.
no. My ego alone wouldn't be able to do that shit a second time. I'll be like, fuck it, I'll take my chances in them streets on my own. I'll be
But
on
she didn't.
Bumble,
She didn't
whoever
reject
the hell
him
else.
though. She didn't reject him. She rejected the idea of the whole thing.
But I
No,
can't marry a stranger.
Right.
well, I mean, I get that. But
But how do
again,
you get to that
but
point?
how do
How do
you
you
get to
get to
that
that point?
how do you get to that point? See, this is
Right.
the thing that bothers me because it's an extensive process. Even on the after party, the ladies were talking about it like, how do you get to the wedding
The
day?
wedding.
You should have, and then you went to the bachelorette. You went to the dress fitting, got,
Oh, you know what it could be?
and then here you are at the wedding day. You decide it's not for you. It takes away from all of the other women that could have possibly been a good fit for him. Go
I
ahead,
have a
Chris.
theory. I have a theory that debunks all what we just said. Maybe they found out she was just in it for clout and for Instagram stuff. So that's why
But
they wouldn't
she
show her.
No, I don't
And
think
they
so
didn't
because
listen. And they didn't
she
look, look,
rolled up.
look, look, look. Just roll with me for a second. Roll with us a second. So she does starts the process and does all the stuff like this and the other, but then has like wants to be seen more or wants to be, and they figure out she's not in it for the wedding. She's in it just for like what's his name? The one you hated from Boston, the black guy, who was just in it for, the fame or the Instagram followers. And maybe they
Oh,
found that
Elijah
out
one.
about her. They found out about that early on, that she really wasn't serious, and that's why they won't even show her. Just a theory. Just a theory.
No, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I mean, unless, here's the thing. If it was because of clout, it would have to be because somebody might have like outed her. Like either
Right.
someone
So how
she
would you
knows.
punish her? You don't
Yeah.
even show her. You don't even show her.
Yeah,
That
but
punishes
why
her.
even but why make her put on a wedding, go through the whole
To shame her. Maybe she
thing,
thinks that she's gonna
get
be
her
honored
hair
for
done?
Yeah, but maybe
Nah.
she thinks they
Mm-mm.
filmed her the whole time. They filmed her all the way up to they filmed her the bachelor party, bachelorette party. They filmed her. So maybe they
Yeah,
have
but we
all
didn't
this
see
footage on
her.
her. But that's my point. If she's in it for clout and all they do, and they have all this footage of her and in the wedding, and she says no, maybe they figured out she's in it for clout, and to punish her, the best way to do that is not give her any clout. No one even knows who she is. They're like, oh, that's how you're gonna. I'm just saying it's a theory. They could say,
That is true.
if you're gonna punish someone who's in it for clout and just clout and has been in the bachelor party and talks the talk and walks the walk and say, oh yeah, I can't wait to be married, and then you don't see her, and there's no reason why and they go through ahead with the wedding. They go ahead with the wedding, and then she says, you know what? And maybe she surprises them by saying, hey, I can't do this, and they're like, you fucking little and they decide, you know what, to punish you for not doing that, because you obviously want clout. We're going to punish you, and no one's going to know who you are. You're not going to get anything from us because you messed up our thing. Anyway, just a theory. Doesn't have to be true. She could just be whatever.
I
But
could
that's a
see
good.
that in the instance that she at the very last minute, she says that she can't do it. And they find out all that stuff kind of like during that. I can see them saying, you know what, we're not even going to put her on,
Right.
because, but it would have to be at the very last minute. I don't think that they would set her up to not show her beforehand.
No,
It
no,
would
no,
be
no.
at
I'm not
the
saying they're
very
not
last
setting her
minute.
up. I'm saying
Okay.
they probably filmed the whole thing, and she said no, and then afterwards it was something like, you know what? When we edit the show together, you're not
Yeah.
even going to be in it because we found out something about you. But they still filmed her with all this. It wasn't they tried to say, okay, now I want you to go down there. She's like, well, I don't want to even be part of this thing. Why would she, if she knew she didn't want to be a part of this hell right now, why would she even go through ahead with the wedding dress and with the prep for it and with the bachelor party? Why would she do all that if she doesn't think she's going to be on the show?
And you're right, because, or I think that you're right, because when I watched the episode, when he walked down the aisle first, remember, she gifted him that sword and that
Bomb ass
crown,
gift.
Yeah.
bomb ass gift. And then when he walked down, her whole side was empty. And then when it came time, because I remember I peeped that and I was like, where's her people? Like, why is her side like there's nobody sitting in the seats? And then when it came time for her to walk down, now there's people in the seats. And I'm saying, I agree with you, Chris, in that production was probably like, your people is here. Y'all better go sit in them goddamn seats, and we're gonna film this shit. And she gonna come down here. We're not gonna show her face, and she gonna come down here and tell you to your face that she don't want this, and
No,
that's it.
maybe she could have surprised them at the altar, just like he was surprised. But they filmed it anyway. They were filming it anyway, thinking that maybe if we give her another chance, maybe she's like, oh, I don't know if I want to do it. And they're like, oh, well, wait a second, why are you into it? Aren't you into it now? I don't know. We'll find out. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
I have
I
a
think
feeling
we'll
that.
see her.
Go ahead, Shahida. Go ahead, Boo Boo.
No. I was just gonna say, I think we'll see her eventually. I think that they definitely have that part set up, whether it's not long term or whatever. But they're gonna bring her back because that's gonna be a huge rating hit because people are gonna want to know what she looks like.
exactly because
Exactly.
I got to do something. That's for sure.
Mhm.
Exactly. All right. So, well, we
Go
ain't
to
got to.
couples.
Well, let's
Go to
go on
couples.
to Emily and Brennan. Emily, the new Virginia, drunkard, just a
Yeah,
drunkard,
she's a salt.
and he is like a walking red flag to me too. Like, she's a red flag in the fact that she's never been in a relationship, like a real
That's
relationship.
weird. That's weird. That's
She
weird.
at 30 something years old, she's never been in a real relationship. She's hooked up or she's dated and people have always ghosted her. And I'm saying to myself, after seeing you at the bachelorette party and seeing how you are around your people, I can see why you're always ghosted, because you have no couth about yourself. You just get fucking white girl wasted, and then you want to friggin' lift your ass up and start twerking like you did at your bachelorette party. I don't get
I
that.
missed the
I don't.
bachelorette party.
Mhm.
I said I missed the bachelorette party, but the part about her not dating, the thing that got me about that is her whole life has just been hookups, it seems. That part is scary. I would be very concerned, like not even a year relationship, 2 year relationship. She's just like, no.
She said it at the
30.
reception. You guys are caught up when she sat with his friends.
Yeah,
Like, you
exactly.
have to have some sort of judgment. You are either dating a man or you just married a man and you're meeting his friends or the male people in his life for the first time. You got to be very careful of how you communicate to them. And they were like, they knew that she wasn't really had a real relationship, and she just basically, she was so banged up. She was because every time they showed her, she's like, I need another drink, I need another drink, I need another drink, I need another glass of wine, I need another this, I need another that. And she's like dead ass says to them, yeah, no, I haven't been in a relationship. And they literally side-eyed her like, ooh, that's not good. Like, if you read their body language, they were
Well,
like,
didn't she say I just hooked
and then
up
she
with
said,
you?
she's like, yeah, that's what she said. She was like,
Mhm.
I've hooked up. I've had hookups. And I'm saying to myself, not what you should be saying to your new husband's boys.
Because she was drunk.
That's
She's like,
right.
I'm
And
not a virgin.
what do drunk people do? Drunk people speak the goddamn truth.
Yeah. Was he the one that had the suit on with no socks? Was that him?
Yes, but
I
that,
think so.
listen,
Yeah.
he did, but again, that we are of a certain age. And trust me when I tell you, I don't think it's a good look. I don't think those tiny suits are a good look where you just button it to the point where if you sit down, it's going to explode. You got them high water pants on. Yeah, I don't like that. No socks and loafers. Yeah, that's not for me. But I'm gonna judge that. I'm gonna add that to me being a middle-aged woman.
See, I don't dislike the look.
Oh, I
I don't
dislike
hate
the
it.
look entirely.
And I for a wedding, absolutely not. And no socks. I mean, to me, with a little flood with some nice socks, it's cute.
I
But
don't want a little flood.
that was a horrible, horrible wedding look.
No, I don't want to see
Horrible
your
wedding look.
socks. Listen, we're all of the same age. Me personally, I don't want to see your socks unless you sit down and your cuff rises up a little bit. But if you walking down, you about to wipe me up, you better have that shit well tailored, and that shit better be literally above the heel of your shoe, and no dragging, no none of that bullshit. I need that jacket to be fucking perfect and precise. I don't need it to be tight. I don't need none
Yeah,
of that
but
bullshit.
you don't know who your husband's gonna be when you do that.
Well,
So
I'm not gonna have a
you better
husband anymore because I've retired. So we're on that's a whole nother podcast. But mm.
3.
Oh, you can't. Yeah, I didn't like his suit. He was, and it was his mother. Was it his mother that I left my notes in my bag? But his mother was so concerned, and I felt for her. She was so concerned when he broke the news to her, and I'm like,
No,
that
wasn't
would
that the other
be.
one? Wasn't that the other one?
It wasn't her.
Wasn't the one with Robin?
It could
There's
have
no
been.
Robin.
All these people started to mesh in.
The photographer woman. The photographer woman.
Oh no, that would that
No,
the
no,
that's what
no. It
that was
wasn't her.
the photographer, the wedding photographer.
Mhm.
But
But yeah,
I
I
thought it
don't
was the
see
other
them.
guys. Oh,
I just don't see them making it. I feel like there's a lot of red flags, like Tanya
yeah.
said, on both sides. So to
Yeah.
me, it was, yeah, I wasn't hopeful. Wasn't hopeful for them.
The only thing I can say about that is that they may have a chance just because she doesn't know any fucking better.
No, but
And if
she's a
she's
drunkard.
and listen. And no, that's a whole nother issue. But I think a marriage might still work if she's like, well, I don't know any better, and now I have a husband. I've always wanted a husband. Now I have someone who I know is going to be dedicated to me, not going to ghost me. I'm just saying, there's a chance that it could
I
work.
see that. I see that. And I get you all saying that she's a drunkard. Like I only
She's a party
saw
girl.
the 3 episodes, right? So I didn't real my impression of her was not so much that she was just a drunkard. I mean, to me, that's how most people act these days. Most people, if they're at a party, they're drinking and they're having a good time. So she didn't seem any extra to me than she didn't. I didn't see it.
Well,
I
she
didn't
was
see
also
her
at
genuine yet.
the bachelorette party. She was kind of lit too, wasn't she?
She was showing her whole ass. And then I saw the
Having
previews.
a good time.
Listen, if you're going on a show like a Married at First Sight, like you have to be cognizant of how, even though you haven't gotten married yet, but these people everybody's gonna watch this shit back. So if it were me, I'd be like, listen, Lord knows I likes me a good cocktail and I likes me a good time. But at the end of the day, if I sign up for this, if I go to the bachelorette party, I'm not gonna be like literally handstanding
She
with
has
my
no
dress
sense
on, like twerking my ass. Like
on the wall.
I need on the wall or at the bar. No, she was at the bar, like the legit bar, twerking her ass. She couldn't even get her whole ass up. She was just trying to get her ass up, and she's like,
She also
"Oh,
said she had the handcuffs too, right?
yeah." But then let's fast forward. I saw the previews. So now they got married, and the previews were them at the honeymoon. And literally, the first clip they show of them, she's got like 8 shots lined up. And she's like, come on, honey, husband, whatever. And he's like, I'm just trying, happy wife, happy wife, happy life, right? And I'm like, you are going to get tired of that shit real quick. And let me just go back to,
He
he
doesn't know
made
how
a
to rein
comment.
it in.
He's not going to rein it in. He gives me shades of toxicity too. He's given me his silence and his calmness is very problematic for me because he said that his parents have been together for like what 40 something years, whatever. But he made it very clear. I took notes. He was like, his parents argue a lot. He's like, he talked about how his parents have been together for a long time, but he's like, he did not say that my parents are the model for what I want. He just said they've been together for a long time, but they do argue a lot. And there's some, I've witnessed some shit, basically.
Oh,
So
I didn't see
with
that.
me, it's leading me to believe that he wants that longevity of, like his parents, right? But he seems to me like he has that level of toxicity in him that he's that quiet dude that's going to just he's going to absorb. And then when he can't take it no more, when Emily shows her ass to the point where he's like reached his peak, he's going to go in on her verbally. Not saying he's going to hit her or nothing, but he's going to go in on her verbally. I think that marriage is not going to work. Listen, I just said that is a disaster waiting to happen. Or she's going to get sick of him because she's never had a real relationship. Once the party phase is over, the honeymoon, she had the party phase with her bachelorette party, with her wedding. Now the honeymoon, she gets the whole free trip and the drinks and the whole 9 yards. Now when they come back to Denver, and now she has to be a real wife. The first Friday night when her girls are like, come on, girl, let's go out. Let's go hit the bar scene. Let's do this and do that. And he's looking at her like, boo-boo, you a whole wife now. Trust me, I can't wait for that. That shit's about to come to a head.
Oh, wait a second. I'm looking them up now. That's what I was doing, looking to see what they look like again. Because I think I had no, yeah, Brennan. I mean, um,
And he's a
what's
New
his
York
name?
boy. He's from New York
Yeah,
City. Like his
yeah, but
parents are from New York,
oh, you're
and they
right.
moved out to Denver.
It was, it was the girl who, what's his name? The one with, the one we are just talking about.
Who?
Whose mother didn't
Michael?
like the, yeah, his name Mike? No, the one we're talking about, the couple we're
Oh,
talking about now.
Brennan and Emily.
No,
That's who we're talking about right now. Brennan and Emily. I know it's
oh,
late.
I was confusing. No, I
Motherfucker.
was confused. Oh yeah, I was confusing. Um. Anyway, oh, I think Brandon can handle her. I think Brennan can handle her. No, it's because what's his name? The other one had a problem with the mother. Oh, pause.
Here we go.
Well, you should like close it out, right?
No,
With
no,
Wait,
Dave. We're good.
the drunk
We're good.
girl.
So yeah, we're done
So
with
you think they're gonna work? Brennan
no,
and the
no,
New York guy and the drunk girl.
absolutely not. They're
Shahida, you
not.
don't think so?
No.
I think there's a chance.
yeah, I was saying I thought there was a chance. I'm not gonna judge her as harshly right now. Maybe because I didn't see the bachelor party, but from what I saw at the wedding, and she is too old to be as loose with the mouth as telling all of her business. So she was kind of dumb on that end. But I'm just gonna have to wait and see. I'm not gonna judge it too harshly
No, I think, listen,
on the drinking.
your friends are, if these are your real friends and your close friends, which these women are her bridesmaids and matron of honors, if these are your true friends, they know you. And even the woman that was one
They
of
said
her
they said
bridesmaids, when they were at when she announced that she was getting married in 2 weeks, that one friend, the other girl, the two girls was like, oh, great. And that one girl, that's the friend that you should have in your corner for the rest of your natural ass life. Because that bitch told her the truth. She's like, you sure you're ready for this?
right.
Because you've never had a relationship. And what did
Yeah.
Emily do? Emily put up her guards, got all defensive, and with the whole tears and shit, like, what the hell's going on? And her friend sat there and put a button on her lip and was like, she knew. I ain't got nothing to say because she knows her. I guarantee you, Emily's going to show her whole ass. And Brennan is going to go in on her. Brennan ain't Eric. Like
But I think she needs someone to handle her. So I don't think
no,
she's ever had someone that she's been in a committed relationship with to say, and that she wants it really badly. She was so happy on her wedding day. She's so happy she has someone and this, that, and the other. I think
no,
just if Brennan handles it, well, if Brennan handles it like he likes me, he's like, look, you got to stop partying as much or whatever. Like we can have fun, but we're married now. Let's, do married stuff. Like I got you. I think she would change for him, or at least calm herself down if she's in
nope,
love with him. If she falls in love with him, I think so. I think they have a chance.
nope. I think she's looking at Brennan as her new BFF, her new drinking buddy, her new travel buddy, her new hangout buddy, period. I think the moment Brennan says to her, you're my wife. And this isn't when the one time that he tries to correct her or he tries to dissuade her to act a certain way, she's gonna flip her fucking wig and she's gonna be like, you ain't my daddy.
Nope.
I've been doing this for
Uh-uh.
32 years. I
I
don't
don't
need
think
to
so.
wait for it. Listen.
I think
I
she's
hope I'm
always
wrong.
wanted someone. I think she's. Go ahead, Shahida.
No, I was just gonna say, I think too, because she's never been in a relationship, she's never had anyone back her or be her partner. She might really, really want that to the point where, like what Chris said, she's gonna try, she might be more needy than anything. She might try and overcompensate, if anything. That's all I'm
That
saying. I
part.
could just I'm just gonna like kind of hold off on judgment and see where she goes, because I think she really wants it.
She
Brennan
was
gives
so
me more red
happy.
flags than she does.
Right. She
Who?
was so happy, Brennan.
Uh, yeah,
I
He
well,
think
gives me
I
more red
think
flags than she does.
I think if she puts it on him, like I think she's gonna put it on him, I think he's gonna be okay with her, and I think she's gonna fall in love with her, and I think they're
I
gonna
don't
work.
know. We'll see. Who's
I don't
next?
think so.
Who's
I don't think
next?
it'll work.
You want to
Not ain't gonna work.
go?
Let's go to Austin and Rebecca. I mean, they're really cute. Rebecca is the
Yeah,
wedding photographer,
yeah.
and
What happened to
Austin,
her
I
skin
know
in the
what
middle of the
Austin did
wedding?
something. Huh?
Oh yeah.
In the middle of the wedding, what happened to her skin? I mean, she's taking pictures, and all of a sudden, she. I was like, what happened? Did you
Oh
see
yeah, I
that?
don't know. No, I didn't see that. I might have to go back and look at
In
that.
the wedding, she was fine this and that, and then in her interviews, her whole bottom broke out, and I was like, oh. I was like, Rebecca. I like Rebecca. I think Rebecca's cool.
I like her.
Look,
I didn't
go
pay
watch
attention to
watch it
her. I
again.
didn't pay attention to her
What's the
skin.
disease she has?
Uh,
What's the disease? I couldn't figure that
yeah,
out.
it was. It's an autoimmune disease, right, Tanya?
I
Right,
didn't pay
yeah.
attention to whatever disease she had. I didn't even pay attention to that.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
that's
even
just like
remember. I don't
But
even
yeah,
I have
recall
to tell him about
seeing
my
her.
affliction. Yeah, she
Hmm?
says, Are you worried about telling him about your health issues?" And she's like, "I am a little worried
yeah,
about
and
it,
then she
but
had to take something
yeah."
at the
She and the show the
wedding
shot. Yeah,
because of it.
she had to inject herself. Who are
Oh well,
you?
maybe she's got
Yeah,
allergies,
and she
like
talked about like how nervous
severe
No,
she
ass
was.
allergies.
it's an autoimmune disease.
Well, maybe she got lupus
Yeah.
or something like
So
that.
I like them too.
I do too. Yeah.
I don't really have anything to say. I think they're both like, I really
No,
liked her. I
yeah,
really did.
I like her and I like him. I think they're good for each other. I think their wedding was cute. I really liked their ceremony. I liked her family. I liked everything about them. I thought they were like one of the really good weddings that I've witnessed over the years with Married at First Sight. So unless some shit pops off, I don't really see anything with them. But as we know, it's
They
married.
were laughing. They had a
They
good
really like each other.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really
They
like
And
each
they were
were
other.
always kissing because she was like, well, whenever we get an opportunity, kiss. And they were always making out, and she was very heavy on let's make out. And I was like, I love that. Even though
mm,
he's a stranger and he's a stranger to her, she's a stranger to him. And she's just like, well, opportunity presents itself. Let's just make out. Cameras in our face.
She's
Mwah.
gonna run she runs that show though, and he doesn't have a problem with that.
No. And that's what I like
She
about
runs
that.
that show.
no,
Yeah,
mm-mm,
She wears the pants
mm-mm.
she
and he's
runs that
okay.
show.
He's okay
Yeah,
with being led.
yeah. I think he
Um,
really likes her.
let's go to Lauren and Orion.
I like
You
them
know
too.
what?
I
Kind of
do
do.
I
like
do
them.
like
I'm gonna say I was on the fence and watching the matchmaking special. I was like, nope, nope, don't you pair that sister with that man, because I was just like, everything about it is just gonna be disastrous for me. But I was like, as it went on, I was like, well, and with their interviews with her and the interviews with him, going to their houses, I was like, well, maybe that might work. And
Mm-hmm.
the wedding, I was like, I like that. Well, let's talk about Orion's long ass schlong and his big fat dick. Let's go there. Because he was
That was
talking about that at the bachelor party, and he
that
was
was my
like,
that
I
was
didn't see
Michael.
that.
Wasn't that Michael?
no,
Or
that
was that
was Orion. Orion had all the men
oh,
shook
yeah.
at the bachelor party because he was like, you know, I always have a problem with, you
I've
know,
lost
women
relationships. Yeah.
with my relationships that, you know, my girth is too, I'm literally sitting in my bed like, say what the hell did this motherfucker say his girth? I'm like, oh, it's about the girth. And he said it with such fucking self-esteem that I was like, in confidence, that I was like, oh, he got a big old schlong. And the fact that Lauren was like, yeah, I just need to be with someone that's got a big old cock. And I was like, ooh, he gonna blow her back out. I just want to see it.
Well, he gonna try. I didn't
Oh,
see
he
that
gonna
part,
try.
but I did like them as a couple. I liked them as a couple. I like their connection to their culture. She, you know,
That
they're
part.
both like, you know, I want to learn just as much about your culture as I do
Right.
about you.
They have
I
mutual
felt bad.
respect. That's what it is.
Basically.
Exactly. It
It's a
was
mutual
that,
respect.
and then I felt bad for her. You know, she seemed like she was so close to her mother, which
Yeah.
was, you know, it was really, you know,
That was
really
sad.
sad. But I hope this works out for her. And as being a Black woman, being paired with somebody who can respect that. So I was nervous for her.
Who's never
But
dated outside her race.
yeah,
She's
so
never,
I was
right?
nervous for her on that instance too. But she said she didn't care if it was a minority because they would know, you know.
Right.
But sometimes you get the crazy ones and they don't know. But yeah,
Yeah.
I like them. So
What
that's
about
two
the
people
daddy?
I really like.
What about the dad? What about the daddy?
I don't think he's a huge part for her because she's really
Right,
close
but you
to her
you saw him
mother.
grilling. You saw
Yeah,
him
but I'm
grilling.
just saying, I don't feel like he is necessarily going to have an impact on their relationship because she's not into him that much. She loves him.
And he did what a father's supposed to do. Like when he first came on, I was kind of like, yo, Pops, what are you doing? But I'm coming from a background where my dad wasn't in my life. So of course I was all defensive, like, bro, what do you ain't got no business opening your mouth. Shut your fucking mouth. But then I had to pull myself back and say, you know what? That's her dad. As a father who's been in her life, he should have done just that. He should have asked him all the necessary questions and put his feet to the fire. But I think Orion handled himself very well. Because the father even said it to Orion. You don't need my acceptance because you're already married. So all you have to do now is prove yourself to this family or whatever, you know, make sure that you're good. That's all Orion has to do. Orion just needs to be Orion. I think he'll be good.
And move out of his mama's house.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I respect that. You know me, I'm all about judging men living in their mama's basement or living in their mama's houses and their parents' house at like the ripe old age of 30 something. But he said it, he owned it, and he said it to Lauren, and she's like, at the reception, at the little table, the little sweetheart table.
He had to tell her. He had to
He
tell
told
her.
her, and she was very gracious. And listen, if she good with it, it doesn't affect my life. She was like, I'm okay with that. I get it.
I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem.
I'm surprised that you like that. You're very forgiving of Orion.
It's not that I like it. I don't like it. Because when he said it, I was like, ooh, bro, red flag, red flag. But look at here. That's not my fight. That's not my fight. If Lauren's okay with it, hey, that you got to deal with him and his mama. Because now he's still in his mama's house. And now mama still has a little claw on the back of his neck.
For me, it's not even that so much for me because he could be in a whole nother state and his mama could still be all over it. So it doesn't matter. My thing is when you say I want to get married, then you should be making those proper steps to do that. And one of them is
that is true.
Having your own place, especially as a man, because you should be bringing her back to your place.
Your place.
So that's always a red flag for me on these episodes, is that, you know, you can't come with nothing. And then also too, the career thing. He's taking his real estate license. You know, I mean, I know in New York he already has it. He financially, he does not sound like he is settled or situated where he should
Yeah,
be.
but he has a trade.
last-
He's an electrician. He's an electrician
In
in
New
Denver.
York.
And
Not
New York.
where.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's an
licensed
electrician.
in New
He's
York.
an electrician in Denver and New York. He's doing everything
No,
dual.
he's licensed in New York. He does probably electrical work, or he does work where he can't, you know, can get it, but he's not a licensed electrician in Denver.
And Tanya, how you gonna let him off the hook? And last year, when my man was living in the basement of a friend's house, you were like, that motherfucker, that he doesn't have any. Doesn't even know what he's doing. You know,
Yeah, because here's the thing. But here's the thing. What you can't do is talk about your life. Like Orion never was out there trying to floss. Dude with McKinley last season was always flossing about, oh, I'm doing this. I'm from Michigan. I've had this business that I opened with his cannabis. Let's call a spade a spade. This motherfucker was flossing like he was making all kinds of money. But how do you move to a whole other state and then you living in the basement of your best friend's mother's father's?
Yeah, Orion's not licensed in his state and lives with his mama.
I didn't know that. I thought that Orion, when Orion was talking to Lauren's father, I thought he said that he was a licensed electrician technician in Denver and New York, and he got his real estate license for both Denver and New York, and he said that he wanted to buy a house in New York.
He's getting it.
Yeah.
He's getting it.
And he said he wanted to own a house on the East Coast and in, you know,
and in Denver.
Again, this is a lot of I want to. This is a lot of I want to, and not a lot of I've done.
That is true. I agree with you.
I like him though.
And I'll take that back. I will take that back because at the end of the day, again, why are you signing up for a process such as this and you ain't bringing nothing to the goddamn table?
And this is what they interviewed by professionals who don't know this yet,
and go through all these so-called psychological processes.
Yeah, but you don't have to. You don't have to own a place. You should. But in this thing, you don't have to.
You don't have to. Well, here's the thing: you don't have to own a place. I don't co-sign on that. You don't have to own a place, but if you don't own a place, you should have an apartment that you live alone, no roommates, none of that bullshit. Have your own place. If you are 30-something and above, you got to have your own place. You're not still living in mommy's basement or daddy's basement. I know, but he is. But at the end of the day, listen, at the end of the day, she's okay with it. So it doesn't affect my life. If Lauren's okay with it, I don't care.
So she says that the first time she heard, what do you think she else is going to? She's like, really? You won't live with your mom? Okay, well, great. Okay. We should tell her wedding day and they're all happy and stuff.
She was okay once he kind of explained it a little bit more.
Yeah, but still, we'll see how she really feels about it.
Then don't lie about it. If you have a problem with it, then just say it right off the cuff. I would have said that shit at the reception table. I would have been like, "Ooh,
yeah," but I'm saying her reaction.
No, that's not right.
I'm saying her reaction would be, "Oh, okay, explain it. Okay, I don't know how that's going to affect her later." Going, girl, he doesn't even have a house. He lives with his mama. I'm just saying it could.
And again, I don't necessarily need you to have a house, but you need to live alone.
Well, yeah.
If we are a certain age, you need to live alone, whether it be in an apartment by your goddamn self, or renting a house by your goddamn self, or renting a condo, renting an apartment, doing something by your goddamn self. Because me, trust me when I tell you, you all know me. I couldn't go through this process and then go through this wedding. I'd be done. I'd be like old girl with Michael and been like, yeah, I can't do this. If I found out beforehand that you live with your mother or your parent or your brother, or you got 10 roommates. No, that doesn't work for me, especially if I own a house or I live by myself. Nah, that's not gonna work.
Oh.
I don't care.
She
I'm
was
not trying to
living
get
with her mother. She was living with her mother too, wasn't she?
I think so.
Who?
The one from last season. I know we can go on from that, but yeah, I liked it. I like both of them. I like
I
them.
do
I
too.
think they have good personality, probably a good soul match. There's a
They're
couple of red
attracted to each
flags.
other.
Hmm.
They're
They
attracted to
what?
each other, it seems. They're
Yeah,
Yeah,
attracted to each other.
to each
hmm.
other. Yeah.
And so just we'll wait and see. But I
Yeah.
like them together. A couple of red flags. We'll see.
Not as many as Emily and Brennan. They got maybe 2 red flags, but not as much as Emily and Brennan. And here we.
No. I don't see them making it. But what?
No, I see them making it. I think that Lauren and Orion have
No, I
a
said Emily and Brennan. I don't see them. So
I,
far, I
oh
I,
see
yeah, they
I
ain't
think
gonna
they
Lauren
make
can.
it.
I
and
think they can.
Orion, and I
I'll
see
be punctual. That's right.
Austin and Becca. Is it Austin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rebecca. I see them too. So those are like my 2 couples I really like. So who's the next one? Claire and Cameron?
Ooh, Claire and
Yeah.
Cameron. I didn't know that Mr. Cameron. Listen to me, Cameron. He's a tall drink of water.
He's
I didn't know
tall.
he was as tall as he was until he showed up at the wedding and Claire walked down. I was like, "What the hell?" You know, I don't
She's
particularly.
5 feet too.
Yeah,
She's
she's
five
only
feet.
5 feet.
Oh, she's only 5 feet. Okay, so
Yeah, so
that I didn't know how
he's
tall
like
she was.
if he's like 6'3", he's gonna look
Mm-hmm.
tiny.
He's
Mm-hmm.
very tall, but I like him. I like his disposition. I like the fact that during the wedding, when the pastor or whoever the MC was talking, he was always looking at her. I'm a big thing on eye contact, especially when you're in that type of situation. And he was all in her face, and she was kept looking off to the side. And I was like sitting there watching. I'm like, Claire, look at Cameron, because he is looking at you like you a hot drip.
Mm.
But I feel
Yeah.
like she may have. I like both of them. They do seem nice, but she may have some insecurities because one of the things that she says is that nobody has ever wanted to commit to me. Nobody has ever really wanted to be with me. And in that moment, I wondered how her how her family might have played a role in some of that, but then also how she feels about herself. I don't know if she's all that secure.
Well, he certainly is very secure with himself. That's for sure.
He is. He
He's
is.
a
Well,
little.
because
He's arrogant. He's
You
arrogant.
thought he was arrogant?
I thought he was arrogant with the sisters when they were grilling him, and he's like, "Yeah, well, I've never failed at anything," and so and so, and they were like, "So, oh, what? You got something on your shoulder?" And he didn't understand that. He didn't understand the.
Oh, and then he did. I like that. I thought that he was able
I
to
agree.
dish it and take it.
I agree with you,
Yeah, but
Shahida.
he was. I thought he was arrogant. I thought, and I
No,
can see
I don't.
a little
No,
bit.
no,
Okay,
no.
okay. Well, I think he was a little arrogant in that thing, and he said a couple other different things along the way that I'm like, oh, he's really feeling himself. So that's just
No,
I
he's
think
just confident. He's confident. Why is it that when you are confident and you have security about yourself, it's always mistaken as being arrogant? Like I am that bitch. I say this shit all the time to people. I am that bitch. I know what the fuck I do. I'm confident in my career. I am this. I got this. I do this. I do this. I am that bitch.
well, they thought he was arrogant too because they made a comment to his face right
Oh,
then
I
and there when
know.
he kept on. So it's not like yeah, you can be confident, but anyway, they
because
thought
there's
he
a
was arrogant
difference
too.
between confidence and arrogance. You can be like, "Oh, I have this, and I'm smart, I'm this or whatever." That's confident, but an
Right.
arrogance, it's more. And I did not see that in him. I felt that
He says, I never fail at anything. I always succeed at everything that I do. And I've gotten his grade. Sometimes they're like, okay, well, I know you're selling yourself to us, but it's a
I
little
felt
Yeah.
that
hard.
was
Also, you
more
also
out
have
of
to.
being nervous and trying to sell yourself. Sometimes when you're nervous, you kind of like overly talk yourself up. That's
Yeah.
how I took it.
He seemed very in control of what he was saying.
Also, and you also have to take into account that she made it very clear to him. Yeah, she's a quadruplet. And the one of the quadruplets died, her brother. So it's her and her three sisters. And I think there's another sibling that was born before them. And obviously, when you're dealing with twins or quadruplets, there's that bond that they have. And she made it very clear to him that her whole family, they get together and they zhuzh it up and they roast each other and they do whatever and they talk shit and do whatever. So for him to be like, oh yeah, I succeed in whatever I do and I'm this and I'm that. And I looked at it when her sisters were like, oh, is there something on your shoulder? You want to dust it off? Because he's from New Zealand. So he didn't understand the culture of
I
dust
know
off
that,
his
but
shoulder.
that was their indication to him saying, you seem a little full of yourself. And then he kept going. He's like,
Yes.
oh, but
But I thought it was
that's
lighthearted because he did get it after a second, and then he said, "Oh yeah," and then he did that. I thought
and
it
then
was
he kept
lighthearted.
going. And then he kept going with more things he was talking about himself.
I think that could be social awkwardness too.
Okay, well, he doesn't seem to be a very socially
Well, they
awkward to
didn't
me.
take it.
He doesn't seem to be
Mhm,
very so. He seemed to be good with the grandmother. He was good with everybody. He seemed very
mhm.
relaxed and very in control of himself. I just thought in a couple other different instances. But didn't he say, "Oh, your mother"? He said, "Your mother loves me."
Yeah, he did. He did
He's like,
say
"Your
that.
mother loves me. I don't, I can do no wrong, and I always succeed at something." They're like, "Yo, slow down there, kill." Anyway, that's just my,
Yeah, but
I think
I'm
they could
sorry.
work.
Why would he not? Why would he say that? Because the mother was all up in his grill, and so wasn't the grandmother. I mean, so what do you expect him to say?
You don't have to say anything. You can say, "Your mother loves me." It's like, you keep that to
They were
yourself.
like, "Calm down, buddy."
Yeah, it's like hold your
Yeah, well,
horses a
we'll
little bit.
see. I mean, I get that. I do get that, but at the end of the day, again, he's from another country, so you gotta. I try to take it to effect of where he comes from, even though he's been living here for a minute, though. So, um,
But also, people from another country, when they come here, they do sometimes have a level of arrogance because, especially like those countries, New Zealand, the UK, Australia,
oh
because
yeah.
of the accent. Because we make them seem like they're so much smarter, and then they start to believe that BS. But so I could see that.
Or so much more attractive because of the accent. But herein lies the thing, because I know in the matchmaking special, he kept saying that. He was like talking about his accent, and Pastor Cal was like, "Oh, I'm sure your accent gets you a long way." And I'm saying to myself, apparently not, because you've been here and now you are trying to be on Married at First Sight. If your accent was all that and you were all that, then you should
And you
have
can say
already
that for a lot of people. We can say
Here's
that for a
here's
lot of people.
here's what I would say about the mother thing. If her mother really truly liked him, this and the other, a confident person would be like, it seemed like, I hope your mom likes me. It seems to be get along really well, this, that, and the other. That's not what he said. He's like, oh, your mother, I can do no wrong with your mother. He went over the top to me. He went over the top, as opposed to having some respect for, I think your mother's great and this, that, and the other. We seem to get along really well. He was like, oh, the first thing he said to them was like, oh, your mother, loves me. And this, and it's like, she don't even know you yet. Anyway, that's we'll get off that. But I think they're gonna work. I think they can work. I think
I
she's
think they're
really
going to
into
work
him.
too.
I think he's really into her. I think they have good
Mhm.
yin yang energy in terms of, he's biking all the time, and she's very independent, it seems. And I think they can coexist together. I think it'll be good.
What was his? Because he owns a bike shop, right? He owns a
yes,
bike shop and he fixed
yes.
bikes. What does she do?
Oh,
Do you remember?
I
I can't
forgot what Claire
remember.
does for a living.
I
I'm
was
I
not
trying
forgot what
to.
Claire does for a living. I tried to, yeah, I forgot what Claire does for a living, but that's besides the point. Um, She's doesn't. I don't know if she has her own company. I don't care at this point. I know that he has.
Therapist. She's a therapist.
Oh, is she a
Really?
therapist?
She's a
Okay.
therapist, a quadruplet and a therapist.
Wow.
Yeah.
She wants
I
a
wouldn't-
family man who is emotionally intelligent. Cameron uses
Yeah.
words and phrases such as safe space and open and honest, so they could be a good match
Yeah.
for each other.
She is a therapist. Okay, here we are.
Oh wow.
And he's 30,
What?
he's 32 and she's 27. That is to me the perfect ages for women and men to get married. 33 and
Yeah.
28 for me. 33, as long as the woman is old enough, she's had her life before, but she's still young to have kids, and the as long as the guy has a career and he knows what he wants to do at 33, that's a perfect age pairing in terms of maturity too.
Yeah, but okay, let's call a spade a spade. I was 29 and he was 34, and I got married to his ass, and that shit lasted 5 years, and here we are. Number 5.
The 5 of those 4.
Oh, what do you have Lauren's occupation on there? What Lauren does?
Yeah, Lauren says dating in Denver is disappointing. Says
Well, because it's fucking Denver.
Lauren says she's
Denver
something
for
that her
black
partner.
folks ain't it.
She says she's also very sexually fluid, while Orion said he's very open and that they're gonna do some freaky stuff. Those two, they gonna get some freaky dicky knock.
He gonna bring a man into the room.
It's
She gonna
gonna.
bring a woman into the room. It's gonna be all out debauchery.
Oh God. They don't say what her occupation is?
He's gonna bring a whole Indian family into no while they're having sex.
Sir,
Again, like a
you will
ceremony.
get canceled in 2 minutes. Shut up. Shut up.
He had the people at the ceremony. He had the
And-
people playing at the ceremony.
and-
You have the same people while they're in the bed as a ceremonial ritual
Them
of,
drums.
of copulation.
Oh yeah, it's going down.
With his girth is a totem pole.
What's her
I
occupation?
just want to see that dick because he keeps talking about how wide his cock is and how difficult it has been in his relationships because he whips out the D and bitches is like, oh no, yeah, no, I can't fuck with you.
Lauren is queer. She's sexually fluid.
Yeah, he's been with a man. She's been with another woman.
I thought I heard her. I didn't know he had been with a man.
Yes, but he only kissed a man, and that's when he said he realized I'm not gay.
Okay.
Lauren, on the other hand,
I'm not gay no more. I'm not gay no more.
I'm delivered.
I'm delivered.
I'm delivered. Oh no, yeah. So Lauren, would they ask Lauren, would she be open to having like a throuple? And she's like, no, I am a one person woman. She's like, I'm not doing that. And then she did say, but if we wanted to entertain like a threesome, not a throuple, but a threesome, she'd be open to that sexually.
The throuple would be rough. I can imagine.
Look here, I ain't trying to be in a couple, let alone a throuple.
3 people, yeah, 3 people.
So
I'm trying to be
3 people?
No, a threesome is like one.
A threesome is
it's not a relationship. It's not a relationship.
A throuple is like a couple with 3
people. Okay, got you. Okay.
I ain't trying to be in a couple, let alone a throuple. So here we are. 6.
Yeah, I can't find
that shit like Paris.
Okay. I thought I for some reason I thought she was not in finance, but social work or something. Or
yeah, I didn't when I logged down their names, and the couples, I didn't log what they did for a living.
Yeah, I think I got most of their. Hey, did you all notice Dr. Pepper's weight? She lost a lot of weight, didn't she? No, you didn't notice? She lost a lot of weight. She's another reason.
All I noticed was that bomb ass fucking fur wrap she had on. I was like, "Ooh, Lord, is that? It looks like fucking mink." It looked delicious. I liked it. I wanted one.
So is that all the couples? So
That's all.
basically, we got like 3 couples making it and only 1 couple failing.
I got four couples making it. I think.
You think all 4 of them
All
gonna
4 is gonna make it?
Yeah.
I think it's a
Nah.
possibility.
Now, I think that all the
I
couples will
think it's a
probably make
possibility.
it, with the exception of Emily and Brennan. And if Emily and Brennan don't work, it's going to be because of Emily. And Brennan is going to be like, I can't do this. I'm too old for this bullshit. I ain't trying to be going
But
back
I
to the
think
fuck.
that's exactly.
I'm not trying to.
That's
I'm not trying to go back to the friggin' frat house life, bro.
Newlyweds. I'm trying to read this.
Yeah,
No, I'm trying to read.
hopefully she's more mature.
I'll be surprised. I'll be
That's it.
surprised.
Well, Tanya, before we go, I do want to say I did get locked into your Golden Bachelor. I don't see the attraction to this dude. I feel like he plays it up to the king. But those women, I felt for those women. I don't know why you would ever do that.
We're gonna have to have a whole nother. We're gonna have to talk. I can't talk about
Especially
it right now.
at that age. Especially at that age.
Exactly.
Because you're like, this is your last.
Yes.
This is your last chance.
Like
your last chance at love.
Listen. Hold it. Because we're gonna have to have a whole conversation about this. Because I got so many thoughts. I got so many thoughts.
Yeah,
I got so many.
Not even watching.
I'm not even watching.
He's not watching. He's not watching, and he don't have to watch, but he has to know.
Can I just say one thing? This is how I know that these shows ain't shit and that people just go on there to get some type of, clout. So one woman, and she happened to be Black, missing her daughter's wedding to be on that show. That's some bullshit.
Yeah. Listen to me. When I saw that episode, and even Jerry looked at her sideways, like, what? Like, you missed your daughter's wedding?
I talked to her and she said, look, Mom, I found my forever man. You should go and find your forever man. You don't find your forever man on a TV show, ma'am.
No. And your wedding is your once in a life. If it's my daughter, I don't have children, but if that was my daughter, I'd be like, yeah, no.
Like, is this her fifth wedding, ma'am? Has she been married 5 times? And you just like, you know what? It's not special anymore, so I'm not going to show up to this one. I'll call. She wasn't even going to call her.
Oh, right. He called. Yes, he called her. And mad respect. Speaking on that, mad respect to the white woman, Joan, that left. Remember that episode where she left because she's like, my daughter had her baby and she's going through it. I'm going to say it's safe to assume that her daughter was having some postpartum shit and having some shit going, mentally down. And her daughter called her and was like, I need you. And she's like, I got to go home and be a mom. I got to be a mom. Surprise, surprise.
That's what she told her mom. That's what she told her daughter. She told her, baby, I'm not gonna be there for you. I'm not gonna be there for your wedding. Why, Mama? Because I'm going on the Golden Bachelor. You what?
Because that's so wrong. Surprise, surprise. I love that shit.
Yes. That was a hot mess.
Listen, that fucking shit on TikTok has me rolling every fucking day with that surprise. Motherfuckers be pulling that shit out of their assholes, and I love it. Anyway, all right, look at here. We got some good shit coming to y'all this season. That's all I'm gonna say. So bear with us.
Yeah, buckle up.
Buckle up, because it's gonna be a roller coaster ride. We here. So, guys, Chris, you're in Italy and you're coming back this week.
I'm in San Marino, which is its own country.
Oh, pardon.
I'm out of the country.
You're in San Marino, a whole other country. My bad. Sorry.
I'll be back in Italy tomorrow.
Of course you will be. But yeah.
Okay. I have to send that video. Can I send that video to Kat? Because she would love it.
I sent it to you.
Okay.
Surprise, surprise. Don't hang up because we got to go. Love you guys.